This will be my last video about elsagate. In early January, I made my first video on the subject matter, briefly talking about its history, and towards the end I mentioned how there's certain channels on YouTube still uploading elsagate content today. In the following month, I made 2 videos solely focusing on this issue, showcasing all of the channels I found. In the description of all 3 of those videos, I put a pastebin link directing my viewers to a myriad of channels uploading inappropriate content featuring characters popular with children. I also said if able to help me report the channels, and I'm glad to say that some of the channels are completely gone. Others have removed their content entirely, but some are still up, and there's yet another pipeline, if you will, of elsagate content featuring characters from My Little Pony that I wanted to cover, which we will now get into. February 18th, 2023. The day YouTuber Cladlad uploaded a video titled "elsagate is worse than you thought." In said video, he mentioned that if you search MLP fart, you'll be met with these kinds of results. Obvious shit content involving characters from My Little Pony. And despite the fact that this franchise is popular with adults with the whole brony community, just like Raymundo highlighted in his videos about the MLP community and bronies, at the end of the day, it is a franchise intended for kids, and when it comes to making content featuring characters for kids, I think this is something to keep in mind. Although personally, I do not like Minnow at all, and I think we'd all be better off if it never existed. I do understand that NSFW communities exist. Some do take the necessary precautions as to not allow minors in said communities, and some exist on platforms strictly for minor content. However, YouTube doesn't allow for your average P-Hub video to exist on the platform, even though there is basically softcore which in some cases does get correctly age restricted, although some don't. Absolutely none of the videos I'm about to mention should be allowed to exist on YouTube without at the very least being age restricted. Right now I'm going to go over some channels with this inappropriate content, with some not only featuring MLP characters and poses and such in the thumbnails, but in the videos themselves, which are admittedly worse than the videos in channels I covered in my previous elsagate videos. So if you have a moment and would like to help report, I'll leave links to all of the channels I mentioned in the pastebin down below. Rating Manable. This channel has a video straight up showing these 2 characters having, and also other videos with stress themes, literally farts, sissy baby, button farts, source statue, character fart SFM, all showcase MLP characters, farting, and other slacks, obviously geared towards people with those kinds of initiatives. Before we move on from the MLP section of this video, there's one more channel I want to show you called Diarrhea Girl. Although this channel only has a couple of videos, this one video depicts anatomy on an MLP character which shouldn't be on YouTube whatsoever. Before we continue, here's a quick word from our sponsor, you guys. It's my dream to make videos educating people as to the dangers online and video essays about topics I find interesting for you guys full time. So only if you're able to, for only $5, you can join my Patreon, where there's uncensored cuts of videos, work in progress scripts, video snippets, and a lot more content to come very soon over there. The link will be in the description, and your support of course isn't obligated but very much appreciated. And now let's begin to finalize this elsagate saga, if you will, by showcasing some more channels and giving my final thoughts. Stinky Pika, Gassy Puppet 517, Gassy Females 2, Wakar Gajar, Wemo Flipbook, Jackson M, Official 23, and Pink Tink, which are 2 of Monster Mukbang's other channels, are some more of the channels I found featuring this fart and poop of content, and that ends the list of channels I'll be adding to the pastebin. And now, I'm going to quickly talk about YouTube's community guidelines. Quote, explicit content meant to be gratifying is not allowed on YouTube. Posting may result in content removal or channel termination. Videos containing content will be age restricted or removed. In most cases, violent, graphic, or humiliating are not allowed on YouTube. All of the channels I found have videos that meet the requirements to be removed or at the very least age restricted, and despite that, some of these videos clearly violating these guidelines aren't age restricted and are just allowed to exist even though they're clearly content. Personally, I think this is all extremely weird and gross. However, my problem isn't necessarily with the content's existence, even though I'd prefer for all of it to just be Thanos snap. Technically, some of it's allowed to exist with an age restricted, and of course, some videos aren't, such as the case with Diarrhea's Girl or Gassy Puppet 517's video, which have depictions of female genitals. Quote, explicit content that violates this policy could result in channel termination. This policy applies to real-world, dramatized, illustrated, and animated content, including video games, and music. Don't post content on YouTube if it shows the depiction of clothed or unclothed genitals, breasts, or buttocks that are meant for sexual gratification, pornography, the depiction of sexual acts or fetishes that are meant to be for sexual gratification. Now, I don't want to continue to beat a dead horse here. For the past 3 videos about elsagate, I've pretty much said this channel bad or that channel bad too, and I've given my thoughts about certain aspects of elsagate content, such as these channels low-key marketing to unassuming children to get views, subscribers, and money. Although I'm using the platform, I've got to call out a lot of these channels because I don't agree with them using characters popular with children. I obviously don't have enough reach to just make a Twitter post saying, yo, YouTube, look at the channel, bro. Because by myself, I can't do much, and this leads me to my next point.
I have some really sad news to share with you guys. I'm gonna be quitting YouTube, and here's why. These past couple months have been really rough for this YouTube channel. YouTube has been giving us a lot of penalties, and I feel like I'm being targeted. While other YouTubers are able to express themselves freely on YouTube, I cannot say the same thing about our channel, Huggies World. So as a result, you guys, I'm quitting this channel forever. This past year has really been a journey. Everyone that subscribed, liked, commented, and supported me along the way, I wanna thank you from the bottom of my heart, especially all of these people that you see right here that supported me throughout the way. Unfortunately, this is how life goes sometimes. Things change, people mature, people get silent, but we're not gonna let that end up happening. I'm gonna make a brand new YouTube channel with the same name as this one, but with a different profile picture, and it's gonna be the first link in the comments and the description.
Huggies World is one of the channels I reported and that I went over in my Poppy Playtime video. This is how the channel looked before I uploaded said video. It featured characters from said franchise posed in sexual ways. Of course, the content is no longer there and they moved channels to this one, but I just wanted to say, please don't upload any videos with provocative imagery in the thumbnails. Your content is obviously geared towards children, and I think you could agree with me that kids shouldn't be seeing this kind of stuff. And to all elsagate channels that are still continuously uploading this content regardless of whether or not you've been called out, please stop it. If a kid stumbles across it, and maybe they won't completely understand it, to an extent I believe that inappropriate imagery or those videos surely have the potential to make a negative impact in a young, developing mind. This content can be a seed of sorts, being planted in the mind of a child, growing into something that perhaps can be a problem later down the road, impacting their life negatively. I've read comments of people saying that they've become hyper-stressed as a result of these kinds of videos, and the last thing I would want for anyone is to have those kinds of urges and desires to get in the way of living a fulfilled life. Admittedly, I don't think we'll ever be able to completely remove elsagate off the platform. YouTube is just too big and there's millions of channels and billions of videos on the platform, making it physically impossible for anyone or even a team of people to keep track of all of that content, making sure that it's not going against YouTube's guidelines, which is the reason why there's bots and systems in place to prevent that. On top of that, even if, like last time, how all of those Spider-Man and Elsa videos with pregnancy and all that stuff were nuked, if that were to be the case with all of these new age elsagate videos, if you will, with all of those Poppy Playtime videos or the Monster Minecraft School videos or these MLP fart videos, which I would like for them all to be nuked. Eventually, it'll evolve again, using characters from whatever ends up being popular in the future. And obviously, that's not to say it's not worth fighting against. I'm still going to continue to report this inappropriate content and would implore you to do the same if you ever come across these videos. The reason this will be my last elsagate video is because I don't want to seem like I'm milking it for views or clout. The growth and support from these videos have been amazing, and I'm truly grateful to have finally hit some sort of stride. And it makes me hopeful that one day I can finally quit my job and solely focus on making YouTube videos for you guys full time. Once again, if you're able to help me make this dream of mine come true, consider joining the Patreon. It's only $5 and you'll get access to some exclusive content over there. However, at the end of the day, status, money, views, fame don't really matter. It's here one day and the next it's all gone. The reason I want to make videos for you guys full time is because I want to make videos that'll plant a seed, that'll hopefully educate you or even inspire you in some sort of way. I'm putting a bow on my elsagate series, even though I could easily milk it for views and just slap a popular character in the thumbnail, put NSFW, and boom, your interest is piqued. But I feel like everything I have to say on this matter has been said, and before I end off this video, I just want to reiterate how much I love making content that inspires or that teaches you something. But despite the fact that I can make these videos talking about Roblox condos or elsagate, the information is useless if we as older siblings or uncles, parents, grandparents don't do anything with it. Now you know what your kids can potentially be stumbling across. I understand it's impossible to know exactly what the kids in your life are doing each and every single second of the day, but if possible, make an an effort to monitor what they're watching, look at their browsing history, and instead of allowing them to scroll on TikTok or potentially fall into an elsagate rabbit hole in their rooms while they're alone or something, make them read a book, bruh. Or better yet, have them read the entirety of Dream's tweet about quackity. All jokes aside, do what you must to keep your kids on the right path and far from some of the screwed up things that are out there. Thank you for watching.